Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the Book of Boba Fett. This is Chapter 2. The first one, I really enjoyed it actually. I thought it was a good first episode, a introduction into this story, giving us a taste of what might happen in the present, and also going back in time and showing us, well, the thing that all of us wanted to see, which was Boba getting out of Sarlacc, but also him spending some time with some Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, that was straight out the gate, some explanation on how he ended up where he is at now. So that was nice intro, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Some people have been writing it kind of a mellow episode, but I like that to ease into stuff like this. And I'm so much looking forward to just something with Boba Fett and now Fennec Shand as well. It's perfect. I mean, I'm ready. I've been ready for a week now, so I'm ready when you're ready.
All right. Let's not talk too much. But one thing I do quickly just want to touch on here is I sort of made a mistake in the first video. I said that Ludwig Göransson, that he did the score, or he's doing the score for the series. He only did the theme, like the actual theme for the Book of Boba Fett. And then Joseph Shirley is the one who's doing the score and doing a really good job of it. So they just continue to hire some really good composers with these Star Wars
important
series.
To give credit what credit's due, and that was very good. That was a good score for the episode, in my opinion.
Yep, same. But as you already said, let's just get into the episode. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead compared to here on YouTube. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Well, here we go.
I'm ready. Been ready for a while.
There's definitely going to be something with that swoop speeder gang. Yeah. So what are we thinking? The mayor sent those assassins?
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah.
Or someone who's playing nice.
Yeah.
Trandoshan.
Oh, that guy?
Or
did make something that sounded like a threat, but that's the whole thing with even when a Trandoshan pays you a compliment, it sounds like a threat.
It does. I'm always kind of waiting for R2-D2 and C-3PO to turn up.
And when you see Jabba's palace?
Yeah.
All right, and she's arriving with the one person she left alive.
Alive, and he did not specify the numbers.
No.
Well, if he's not gonna speak, he no longer needs his head.
Dedication.
He is of the Order of the Night Wind.
Assassin for hire.
Very expensive.
Overpriced. You're paying for the name.
Their reputation is legendary. There is no way he will talk. They fear no man.
Perhaps he fears the Rancor.
They still got a Rancor?
The mayor sent me! Let me out!
Nice.
It's empty. Assassin of the Night Wind.
He will never talk. My ass.
They're paying for the name.
Yeah. But yep, we were right.
Yep.
The mayor.
I was playing on all the horses, as you heard.
could be anyone. Yeah.
Maybe the mayor, but anyone.
Right, so this one is called The Tribes of Tatooine. So learning more about the power structure on Tatooine, I would guess. That armor is just so cool. A lot of Trandoshans.
I like the Gamoran gods.
Yeah.
Well.
So far, it actually seems like they are being quite loyal.
I hope that buddy comes into style. That's a dad bod with a little extra.
Oh, the Gamoran god buddy?
Gamoran god, yeah. The Gamoran god buddy.
Well, I don't see your name in the schedule, so you'll have to...
Pardon the lack of pomp for your
again.
entrance. However, I did not see your litter arrive.
Fucking litter.
No, you're not. Sir, if you would be so kind as to... Terribly sorry, Your Eminence.
That's the mayor? Oh.
Who is this who enters unannounced?
Why did you send this man to assassinate me?
Order of the Night Wind are not allowed to operate outside of hut space. Thank you for turning him in.
I am not a bounty hunter.
Is that so? I've heard otherwise. I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer.
And now it is mine. And I will take this payment as what you should have brought me as tribute.
You should ask yourself, who really sent the Night Wind?
I am not a fool, Mokshais.
Go to Garza's sanctuary. You'll see what I speak of.
Intriguing. Garza's sanctuary.
No, bells ring.
Oh wait, yeah, the sanctuary. We've already been there.
Oh.
And the person running it. That's Garza. Got it.
My excuse is that I'm old. What's yours?
Forgetful.
Okay.
The twins have laid claim to their late cousin's bequest.
The twins are preoccupied with the debauchery of Hutta to bother with any ambitions on Tatooine.
Not any longer. Drums.
Probably a litter. Some kind arriving.
Yeah. A litter. And there's a hut. 2 huts. The twins. Oh, the hell can they even carry those 2?
The Espar Kajitik to Jabba.
I don't care what your tablet says. This is Mos Espa, and I am Daimyo here.
Oh.
He's just dabbing himself with a creature. Oh. Oh shit, a Wookiee.
Pretty cool looking one.
Almost looks like Toffel.
Your cousin Jabba is dead. All that is his belongs to me now. If you want it, you'll have to kill me for it.
Yawani gula da punu dimabata nolotak. Wiki Chesko Morishani.
Later. Interesting place for a Wookiee to be in the employment of crime lords.
Yeah.
Maybe it's settled.
You really think so?
No.
Nope. Back to the Bacta tank, which means
And the dreaming. Yeah.
yeah, the dreams, the flashbacks.
Yeah. Which is fine by me.
Oh yeah. I like that story structure, so to say. He's training with them. Give him something new to wear, though.
Yeah.
Pick it up. What's coming?
Don't know.
Some sort of train? Oh shit. Oh, looks like the Pikes. So they were being hostile. Why?
Killing for fun.
These series so far, like, just really making us feel bad for the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
In general. I do like getting more of a perspective into how, like, who they are.
Yeah.
Really. How they live. And the fact that they aren't just these monsters killing people as are
portrayed. Before,
yeah. As Click Lars said in Attack of the Clones, mindless beasts, I think he called them. No, mindless monsters.
Yeah.
There's the swoop gang.
Yeah, I look like.
What is he thinking? We could use their speeder bikes to take the train. Long speeder.
I won't stop them. I will take rifle and stick. Be back by morning.
Give him a rifle and a stick.
Yeah. Something else to wear as well, perhaps? No. That ain't yours, right?
Well,
It's not
boys.
right.
You say something.
More than just bullies, maybe. Oh. The lone gunslinger.
Yeah. And the music to match.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Boba. Damn it.
Shoot with a gun, hit with the stick.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Oh. Alright, bye.
And now...
Yes, he needed one of their speeder bikes. Swoop speeder bikes. Oh no, he's getting all of them. Fuck. No, no, no.
Stop! Stop! I will teach you how to ride. This is how we will stop the train.
Was that a yes? Good job. That's the plan.
Just walked away and had plausible deniability.
Like a panther. Yes? Maybe not. Okay, who wants to go
Maybe
first?
You go first. That was backwards.
Stop touching stuff. Gonna take a while to teach him.
That seems advanced. Oop! Fuck! Oh no! Damn it! Got it! Nice!
Train goes faster than this! You want to see how fast the train goes!
That's fast. Yep. There we go! Success! Now they can jump from the speeders to the train. We're getting a train heist.
Yeah.
This is very Western.
It is very.
The reason why they are raking the sand?
Room in the desert? I don't know.
He's definitely getting better at it. It's time. Fuck, okay. Oh no, fuck. They are losing a lot of people, Tuskens. That was close. Ha. Oh.
Nice.
That was pretty damn badass. Oh fuck, he's speeding up. Oh. Get in and cool shot. Oh no 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 no. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. The amount of Tuskens that like they're losing, is this really worth it? quite brutal deaths during this one. Just okay, abandon train. Interesting droid. Got it.
I wonder what they're transporting on that train. Something good, maybe.
If it's the pikes, it's usually spice and weapons. Oh. Never really see the pikes without their masks.
Are you carrying spice?
What does spice look like?
That.
These people lay ancestral claim to the Dune Sea. And if you are to pass, a toll is to be paid to them. Your lives are a gesture of our civility. Now walk.
We will die of thirst without our water car.
We will give you each a black melon.
That's what they're called. Oh. Well, don't waste it. Okay. The nod of approval.
Now he even gets to sit at the table.
A lizard. Thank you.
We will guide you? How does that work? Oh no, oh. Spiritual guide. That seems quite invasive and ill-advised, but alright. Wait. We're getting like new shots from like Camino and Geonosis.
Where are we going with that?
It's a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
He needs to find some sort of like new purpose. I wonder if like in the present, if he's still got that lizard in his head and it's guiding him while he's in the Bacta tank. So that's why he's having the flashbacks.
Don't know.
The way that he is.
Some explanation on how he goes from being Boba Fett the bounty hunter to someone who wants to rule but with respect, or
yeah. I think there's a little bit of that explanation in this episode, perhaps, and because of the time he's spending with the Tusken Raiders,
he's becoming a better self.
Yeah, at least a different person. Oh, okay, nope. Went right back into the thing.
I thought he was part of the dream.
Is that a good branch?
That's a good stick.
They're gonna turn that into his own gaffy stick, perhaps. Now he kind of looks like he did when we met him in The Mandalorian. Something quite ritualistic about the way they're going about things.
Yeah.
Another nod of approval.
Some ritual stuff going on there.
Cool. By Steph Green. The Tribes of Tatooine. Again, focusing a lot on the past.
Yeah.
And especially his stay with the Tusken Raiders. And it seems like that was really important to him.
Yeah.
An important part of his journey and important to why he is the way that he is now.
Yeah, the change in personality from being the very quiet bounty hunter.
Exactly. Yeah. And being that no-nonsense, cold-blooded, bounty hunter who just took jobs and maybe wasn't really processing who he is as a person or who he wants to be, just doing the bounty hunter thing because that's what his father did before him. Not trying to become his own man, doesn't have any allegiances like to anyone or anything really, any goals in life, and this is giving him that goal seemingly, that he's now sort of
guides him somewhere else.
And then in the present he is trying to become the daimyo of Tatooine or Mos Espa because he wants to make some changes maybe for like the natives of Tatooine, which is the Tusken Raiders. And
that could be,
could be. It's at least, you know, trying to become something else, trying to take control of his own life and the course of events on this planet that he's on now, Tatooine. And it's definitely intriguing.
Don't know where it's going from here. I mean, on one side of the story, it's pretty obvious with the crime lord and stuff like that. But at the same time, the change of personality, if he's changing into a very, very nice, good person, it probably won't work being a crime lord at the same time. I mean,
no,
as a crime lord, I think you're supposed to be a little bit of badass.
I definitely still see the badass side of him, and he's still very menacing, but he's trying to, as you say, like rule with respect and do things in a different way where you can still be a crime lord and do these things without maybe hurting innocents or trespassing where the Tusken Raiders are. For example, that's just one thing that we saw inside of this episode that kind of informs where he is in the present. But there could be some more stuff happening in these flashbacks that will, you know, tell us why he's kind of changing as a person now. And I guess, and I also see like some of the criticism out there about how this is not really like what people expected, but it's kind of like, I guess it like what we are seeing, you know, the whole thing with, okay, in the present, what he's doing, and then getting the flashback stuff, that is kind of what some people were expecting, but him becoming a different person, I think that's maybe not what people were expecting exactly.
No,
and they wanted to see more of like the old school, ruthless Boba Fett.
But he kind of did his part in The Mandalorian, where he was like just turned up again, and that was Boba Fett, the old-fashioned way he could kick ass and stuff like that. And of course, he had his honor code is high, so if you get my armor back, I'll help you get Grogu back, and all that. But now we get to see a little bit of why he's changing into another person. So it's a nice angle to it, if you ask me. But I don't know where it's going with that, with the crime lord and being a nice crime lord. And I mean, at the same time, for me, Boba Fett is a badass, and I expect him to be a badass in what he's saying and doing, and not killing unnecessarily, but at the same time not being too kind.
Not shying away from it. And I don't think he has so far. Like, he definitely took out some of those assassins himself and like disintegrated one of them in the previous episode when he got mad. So there's still that. There's still that side to him.
There's a nice balance with Fennec Shand and her way of killing people or taking care of people.
She's a bit more cold-blooded and more willing to kill, whereas Boba is really rethinking the way that he's doing things and trying to go about it the respectful way. I think he might, you know, learn that he needs to sort of not be respectful, but
it's a little more force.
Yeah, perhaps, or he's going to grow more into this new role as a crime lord, as a daimyo, where certainly he's going to make some mistakes along the way, and there's going to be some pushback. We saw some serious pushback in this one with the twins, the Hutt twins showing up.
Nice to see some Hutts again.
Yeah, and I like, what I really like in Star Wars with the aliens, when they speak a different language. It seems more right and more true to this world. It sort of takes me out of it sometimes when there's too much basic speak going on, and you have this interesting alien. They open their mouth and they just sound like someone from our world. Like I have that feeling a little bit with the major domo who's serving the mayor, who is an Ithorian. That was really cool, and we got the alien voice there as well, and the voice translator. But the major domo himself, just his mannerisms and the way that he's speaking, that can be a little bit too familiar or a bit too close to our world. A really good example of that is Lady Proxima in Solo. You know, the worm looking, where it's like really interesting looking, dangerous looking alien who's also a crime boss, and then the thing opens its mouth and it's just like, oh, whoa, what? That takes me out of it a little bit. So I gotta applaud that in this episode. There was a lot of
I'm okay with the major domo because he's very slick, and he seems like a person who would have learned the language to speak it perfectly, and and being kind of slick in any kind of language. It's just behaving a little bit like somewhat, but still, I'm definitely enjoying it. The one thing that I can get a little bit, not nervous per se, but something that might detract from this series overall, depending on how they handle the whole thing, is I was always, like, with Boba Fett as a character, I never really knew if I wanted a straight up Boba Fett film, but just anything with Boba Fett, I'll gladly take that. And he was amazing in The Mandalorian as a side character. Him taking the center stage and like the spotlights being on him, and we're really unraveling him as a person. It takes away from that, some of the mystery that was surrounding him before, mystique, and especially in the original trilogy, where you had no idea who he was. He was just this masked badass. And then we got his backstory in the prequels, so that took some of the mystique away. And now we're really getting to know him more and more, and he's becoming this different person. So it's all part of a character journey, and I love character development. It's just one of those things where I can get a little bit nervous about. What bothers me a bit is when you look at the Mandalorian, he had his helmet on the whole time, more or less, and also Boba Fett's supposed to keep his helmet on the whole time, more or less, or just take it off in very short moments along the way.
When he's really comfortable in a safe space.
But now we see him without his helmet the whole time. That kind of takes away a bit of the Mandalorian mystique for me.
Because that's what people like. That's why when The Empire Strikes, and even before The Empire Strikes Back came out, and people just saw that costume, saw the armor, saw the look, that's what drew people in. And that's, what, like, the whole Mandalorian lore, it spawned just from that look and that armor. So when he's not wearing that most of the time, he sort of does become a different character, or it's the visuals shouldn't be so important, but it kind of is to him.
It is also for me when I look at it. So it's nice to get all the background, all the Tusken upbringing of Boba Fett, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, he's too much out of Boba Fett character or the Mandalorian.
He's still really badass, and I love seeing him kick ass, and it's, what he did to that swoop gang and inside of that tavern bar thing. And we definitely got the lone gunslinger, and we have the train heist, and like the westerny feel is very much there. So he is still, because that was sort of the inspiration for him in the beginning, was that, man with no name, lone gunslinger kind of type, and he definitely is that. But it's more right now, I'm just looking at Tamora Morrison being a fucking badass by himself in a flight suit, and maybe not so much the Boba Fett that we remember. But whenever he then puts on the helmet and he starts speaking, and it goes through that voice modulator a little bit, he just becomes that much more menacing. So I do hope that we get to see more in his armor going forward, and he's not gonna take off the helmet all the time. But I do get why they are focusing on the whole Tusken thing and him becoming a different person to explain maybe some of the stuff that's going to happen later on.
Giving that a lot of time with the background story of building the person that he is now. It kind of makes sense.
Yes, and then maybe once they really cement that and show us who he has become and why he has become that person, why he's doing what he's doing now, they can use this story structure with the flashbacks to maybe go even further back and show us that really ruthless bounty hunter, just to get that parallel between the past and the present with Boba Fett. That could also work.
It could, yeah. But again, a nice episode, nice background story, and it's fun to see that the very expensive, by name apparently only, assassin gave up so easily. And gave up the mayor, and it doesn't seem like it was the mayor.
No, so maybe there are two possibilities, or at least two options here, possibilities here. One is the mayor is straight up lying about it. The other is, whoever hired the assassins just pretended to be the mayor or someone from the mayor's office to frame the mayor.
Yeah.
But in the end, it definitely seems like it was then the twins who did that. But there's also something about the sanctuary that they went to. So if they have some sort of deal with the twins, well, they weren't supposed to be here. They were supposed to still be on Nalhata doing
something
stuff,
like be off at the sanctuary.
And then they also they were very adamant about this place belonging to Jabba still.
Yeah.
And they are here to essentially just take control of what was once Jabba's. And they don't really care for the fact that Jabba's major domo, Bib Fortuna, took over, and then Boba killed him. And I don't really know what the rules are about, becoming the new daimyo, if it's something that's passed down, or if you kill the former one, then you become the new one
around you, and
it's almost like the Darksaber rules, as we got explained in the finale of The Mandalorian. I'm sure we're gonna get way more into that as well. We saw a very cool looking Wookiee bodyguard gladiator sort of thing, so Boba's gonna have to fight that thing at some point.
Most likely.
Most likely. He's not wearing. He used to have like Wookiee fur hanging off of his belt and whatnot, and armor or shoulder pad or wherever he had it hanging. It's not doing that anymore. That might be a good thing. I wouldn't want to provoke a Wookiee in general, and especially not a Wookiee that looks like that, what we just got.
It is no longer fashion to wear a Wookiee pelt.
No.
I don't know.
There were a lot of Trandoshans around, and usually the Trandoshans and the Wookiees, their history is quite violent. And the Trandoshans, kidnapped and enslaved a lot of Wookiees in the past. And I'm guessing a lot of crime syndicates and so on have been doing that as well. So that's why I was like, that's a curious place to find a Wookiee in the employment of crime lords and inside of the underworld. But a lot could have happened to that Wookiee that we don't know about that brought him there. So
I guess we're probably also going to see some more different kind of bounty hunters and stuff like that.
That would be cool. Maybe some familiar ones popping up here and there, because it's not that. We're like 5 or 6 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So a bunch of characters that we know can still be alive and can still be interjected into the story if it makes sense. And then another thing I also just want to highlight about the first two episodes, this one in particular, is the special effects, the way that they're making this, or the way it looks.
Yeah.
It's spectacular, especially for a television series. They're really using the volume, I'm guessing, a lot to great effect. And then the way that the train heist was going, looked like something from a big blockbuster movie. So really doing their job there.
And staying on Tatooine kind of helps it being a Star Wars-y thing.
Yes.
And Western sound behind it. And it's all, I enjoy it, yeah.
Definitely. Being on Tatooine, being on a desert planet, that really brings the Star Wars feel and the Western feel.
Yeah.
A lot.
It works. It works for me, at least.
Yes,
So. And yeah, I have a few issues along the way, but nothing that bothers me that much. And I'm still looking forward to the next one to see where it's going. And,
same.
And some more Boba Fett badass, wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. I think the way that this show is going, like structure-wise and narratively compared to The Mandalorian, this is going to be a bit more of a slow burn, at least to start with, because we have this like one story that we're following, or like kind of like two stories, but it's still about the same guy, and we're on Tatooine all the time. We got the Tusken Raiders stuff in the past, and then what he's doing now as a crime lord in the present. Whereas with The Mandalorian, the way that he was going around the entire galaxy and from planet to planet, it made it so that each episode was more self-contained, and you could have these adventures with like highs and lows, and you got sort of like a conclusion to a mini adventure in each episode, or many of them at least. Whereas in this one, it's more continuity based.
It is, yeah.
So it is like the structure is different for sure.
But I wouldn't mind seeing some space action and ships and stuff like that. and Slave One, it's a cool ship.
Oh yeah. Or Fire Spray, I think it's called now. But
yeah.
Either way,
I'm old. It's still called Slave One. It's a name, so I'm sorry about that. I mean nothing by it.
No. I get it.
And it's a cool ship.
Oh yes, the design of that ship.
And I couldn't remember the name Fire Spray.
So, no, that used to be just the model name of the ship.
Yeah,
Fire Spray something. But now it might be the actual name of it. Either way, this was a really good episode. We're looking forward to the next one and seeing the rest of the series, where it all goes. And I'm also still curious about, is this just the first season, or is it a limited series? Are we getting more after this? And how is it going to fit into maybe the Mandalorian stuff that's going on the side? Is Din Djarin gonna pop up in this one as well? It's so many questions, but we'll just have to wait and see. Do you have anything else you want to add to it?
Gotta wait a week for one more, but
yeah,
I'll learn to live with it.
Yeah, we'll manage. That's going to do it, guys, for this reaction and review of the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 2. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you as soon as possible. May the Force be with you always.